The ink on their skin tells a story vastly different from the one the U.S. government is telling. Last weekend, scores of Venezuelan asylum seekers were deported to El Salvador, a brutal consequence of the Trump administration's hardline immigration policies. Among them were several men whose tattoos, according to U.S. officials, served as irrefutable proof of membership in the notorious Tren de Aragua gang, a designation that carries the weight of a terrorist organization label. But their families paint a drastically different picture, one filled with faith, family, and the unlikely passion for a football club. The story unfolds through the desperate pleas of loved ones left behind, each echoing a similar refrain of injustice and wrongful identification. Take Franco Jose Caraballo Tiapa, for example. His attorney, Martin Rosno, paints a picture of a seemingly ordinary young man with a fondness for tattoos, nothing more, nothing less. He's just a normal kid. He likes tattoos, that's it, Rosno stated, highlighting the stark contrast between the government's narrative and the reality of a father of two seeking refuge. Caraballo's arrest in Dallas last month, seemingly precipitated by his body art, underscores the alarming ease with which such superficial evidence can lead to devastating consequences. Similarly, the deportation of Neri Jose Alvarado Borges, a 24-year-old psychology student, raises serious concerns. His sister insists that his tattoos, misinterpreted as gang symbols, were actually tributes to his faith, family, and perhaps even a beloved football team, Real Madrid, a common thread of passion running through the lives of many Venezuelans. The arduous journey he undertook, traversing the dangerous Darien Gap to reach the U.S., only to find himself deported without a criminal record, paints a tragic picture of a young man caught in the crosshairs of a flawed system. The case of Daniel Alberto Lozano Camargo further exemplifies the devastating impact of these hasty deportations. His partner, a U.S. citizen named Leslie Aranda, hasn't heard from him since last Friday, the day Donald Trump invoked wartime powers under the Alien Enemies Act, allowing for the swift deportation of individuals deemed a threat, a category that inexplicably encompasses these asylum seekers. Aranda recounts how he was arrested last November after contact with a supposed client, leaving her grappling with uncertainty and despair. Luis Carlos Jose Marcano Silva's story resonates with a similar sense of injustice. His family members vehemently deny any gang affiliations, emphasizing his peaceful nature and his pursuit of a better life in the U.S. The irony is not lost on them. After enduring the perils of migration, building a life in a Dallas bakery, he now faces an uncertain future in a foreign land. Jers Reyes Barrios' case highlights another alarming aspect of this situation. His attorney reports that U.S. immigration officials used a misinterpreted hand gesture from a social media post as proof of gang affiliation. The attorney clarifies that this gesture is, in fact, a common "I love you" sign language symbol, frequently employed even in the context of rock and roll culture, a further indication of the reckless disregard for context and individual circumstances. Francisco Javier Garcia Cacique and Eniilo Sarabia Gonzalez face similar accusations, their tattoos and social media activity misconstrued and used against them. Their families are left fighting a battle against a system that seems intent on painting them with a brush far too broad and inaccurate. CBS News publication of an internal government list containing the names of all 238 Venezuelan deportees, including those mentioned above, shines a harsh light on the sheer scale of this operation and the potential for widespread misidentification. This list serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of these policies and the urgent need for a more thorough and equitable approach to asylum claims. The tattoos on these men's bodies are not gang insignia. They are personal narratives, often misunderstood and tragically misused to justify their forced removal from a country where they sought refuge. These are not criminals. They are individuals, families, and members of a community driven from their homes by economic collapse and now facing an uncertain and terrifying future. The stories of these men demand a reevaluation of the current immigration policies and a deeper examination into the accuracy of the information used to justify such drastic actions. The human cost is far too high for such superficial and inaccurate judgment.